Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Gaslands TV. Today I'll be doing a second vehicle of this team here. This was one of the first cars I did for the team, and now I'll be doing the Hummer for it. I'm gonna stick to the same colors, but in this video I'm also going to be reviewing a few things that I got off Amazon. These are silicone paintbrushes. I don't know if they're any good or not, but we'll see in this video how well they perform, and I'll let you know all about them. I also got these detailing brushes. I think there was about 13 different ones that came in, and they're pretty cheap. They're about 13 bucks, so maybe like $1 each, and they're numbered. So this is like number 3, and they're all gonna have like different sizes and stuff, and they have a nice little handle, I guess. And the other or final product I bought is this brush tub 2. It holds your brushes on the side, and inside it's kind of like a, basically that's what it is, a tub you fill with water, and it cleans your brushes. Let's see inside here. So see, it's like ribbed for your brush's pleasure, and you just gotta pass the brush there in the water, and you got these little grooves here too. Clean some brushes less harshly. So I'm gonna try that out in this video as well, and I'll let you know if they're good. What's in here? Here you could even put different paint. I guess you could use it as a paint tray, or tools, or little bits, or whatever it is you're working on, and this could be used as a mixing tray as well. But first off, I'm gonna try these silicone brushes and see how well they perform. So what I'm gonna start with is brown, to do a few brown patterns here for the camo. And I put some of the paint on the tip, and I'm just gonna do the outline of the brown. It starts off pretty well, but the paint really doesn't stay on the brush. It just comes off really fast, so you have to constantly keep dipping these silicone brushes in, and they run out of paint really fast, so it doesn't hold paint very much. So I believe they're good for quick small touch-ups. Let me try to clean the brush here with these grooves, and cleans off the paint pretty quick. I don't know if it's because of the grooves or the hot water or because it's silicone, but the tub's doing a really good job at cleaning this silicone brush. Now I'm gonna try and do the outline of another brown area here. Now these are filled in with a normal brush because it's impossible. It's gonna take you forever to fill them in with the silicone brushes. Like I said, they don't hold a lot of paint, and I don't feel like dipping every 2 or 3 seconds. It's good if you're doing little small details, but yeah, to fill in the areas, I'm gonna use a brush. Now I'm gonna use the mossy meadow green, and a trick if you don't know where to put the next color in your camo is like put it on the left side of the first area, and then put it on the right side of another area, and then put it on another side of something that you've already done. So it doesn't have to be a random area, just as long as it's touching the previous color, just do another blob of that color, and you should be fine. So I'm going to use again the silicone brush to do the outlines, just to test them. And I mean, they're okay, they're not the best. If you would have to choose between what brushes to buy next that are not expensive, go with the detail brushes that I showed you, much better. Now I'm just gonna fill in the green here with a brush. I've done all of this in my previous videos and of the other card that I showed you, so I'm not gonna show everything again. But now I'm just gonna go into the darker green here. And here I'm using a different shape of the silicone brushes that I bought, and I found it really useful to do a line without actually touching the window. So there is some good to these brushes. There's like they're good at doing little details. I'm gonna use some sand yellow here and fill out the some of the areas, and I left a little bit for a little bit of black to fill up with mahogany brown, which is a very dark brown, almost black, so just so that it could match the other car. So you could see some of the mahogany brown there that I had put on the other car a little bit as well. So and now I'm going to use my silver Sharpie, a little tricks of the trade here, super easy, quick, cheap way of basically highlighting details on your car, door handles, hinges. I use this a lot in the inside of the cars. If you look at my other videos, you'll see a lot of me using these Sharpies. I mean, they're easy, they work, and you could also, you know, like find a bunch of like maybe details that pop out on the body of the car just by highlighting them with a Sharpie. And you can also use the Sharpie for your side view mirrors. Gives it a nice little reflective look, so kind of like if the mirror was there. In Gaslands they should probably be broken, but you know, maybe they survived and they were lucky. Now I'm going to use this orange here for the ram, just to match the other car, because the other car has an orange wing and some orange metal armor on the sides, so I'm going to use that for the ram here, and these protective armors on top. I put a lot and then I spread it on the first coat, and I try not to leave any bumps of paint or anything like that. It's gonna go on transparent, almost like you're gonna be frustrated the first coat. You're gonna be like, what the hell, why is this paint looking normal? And that's fine, just let it, you know, dry up. As long as you don't have a lot of bumps and stuff like that, you could just put a few coats, let it dry, and then put another one until you're satisfied with the color you're getting. And I'm going to put some here on these two things on the side there, and after 2 or 3 coats you could just let that dry and have a little snack. Don't forget to eat, stay hydrated. This is a piece of cake my wife made. I think it was a Guinness cake, and it was really, really good. Maybe if I get enough likes or comments, I'll ask her to share that recipe. You could show it to your wife or significant other. Maybe they'll do it for you. And now we're going to go with some silver, and the silver is going to go on the turret here. Just simple metallic silver. And since I have it out, I'm going to do the mags here on the tire. And a good trick is, again, the Sharpie. With the Sharpie, you could actually do the rims and the detailing of the tires pretty easily, and it's quick. So you know, you could do the outline, and then with some silver and a brush, just paint the inside of the mag. Much safer and easier to do. You'll get less silver on the tires itself, and you could even get like really fine point Sharpies for detailing and stuff if you want. And now for the gas canister here, I got this red, apple red, and I'm just gonna paint the top here. I forgot to do it, just like to do this sometimes. It's easier to find a color. You have a bunch of colors. And I'm gonna try one of these random brushes here. I think this one's pretty small, good enough to get into like the little details and in the back there. So let's try this out. Really excited about these brushes. My friend told me they were really good for him when he was painting some privateer press stuff, Warhammer and War Machines and stuff like that. I'm really happy with the the outcome of this brush, the detailing and the ease of going in little areas, little spots, and how comfortable it is to hold these brushes. Really impressed, and I strongly recommend. This is one of my best buys so far. And then with a regular brush, I'm just gonna fill in the rest of the canister here. And I'm gonna dry brush some silver outline just to give it a bit of a metallic look and maybe some damaged paint, some chipped off paint off the canister. So, and now what do you do at this point? So for those of you who've been watching my videos, what's the next color? That's right, brushed metal, one of my favorites. If you're new to the channel, you're probably gonna see me use this like in every video. It's my go-to to damage some colors like yellow and orange and stuff like that. It's gonna give it like a dirty look, but it also at the same time it's gonna shine. You could also use it on engine blocks. It's not black, it's like a metallic brushed metal look. I used it on the Ram as well. So for this paint, I like to use square brush or something that's broken, kind of not super perfect brush, and just go downwards as if you're cleaning the brush off the edge of the item you're trying to damage. So like for example this Ram here, I'm going to put a bit of paint on it and just pretend I'm cleaning the brush off of the edge of this Ram here. And then you could do the same upwards and then just go along the edges. And it's kind of like a black shiny metal. I really like it. It gives it a nice metallic look to the Ram. Now I'm gonna do these metal things here in the back. I don't know what they are. They were supposed to be a Ram also, but I'm using them as maybe protection for the turret, or in case that canister explodes, at least the turret might be safe. For those of you who play video games, that's probably the first place you'd be shooting at, right? This was an enemy vehicle. You see that red thing there? That's the first thing you're aiming for. Forget the tires, forget shooting the gun, forget shooting the driver. You see that red canister and that's what you're aiming for. Yeah, and the driver of this truck knows that, so you know, maybe put some protection there in case you do shoot that and it explodes. It's only gonna damage his spare tire, which he probably doesn't need. It's a good diversion, if I don't say so myself. I'm going to put some of this brushed metal on the canister as well, make it look a bit more damaged and dirty. And you could also use a finer brush to get into the small areas. Maybe I put too much there. I never know when to stop. I just keep putting more. I know less is more, but see, I want to put some here too, maybe on my turret. Put some brushed metal in the details. It kind of uses two things. It dirties it, and it also gives it a nice look of damage. So you could use that even at the tip of your guns. Dirty that up from firing. And speaking of the tip, actually, you might want to go and do it like this one here, just tarnished metal. Burnt metal. I don't know the name. I still haven't figured out the name of that type of metal that turns purple and blue. If you guys know, just leave it in the comments. But start off with putting some blue here at the tip. And it's not dirty enough, so I'm gonna go back with some brushed metal to dirty up the nozzle here. It was too clean. And with some metallic purple here, or mestis, that gem, whatever it's called. So metallic purple of that. and add some of that with the detail brush here. I'm gonna put some in the little holes of this muzzle here, and just play around with the blue and the purple until you get something you like. And finally, I'm going to put some dry rust. This is an effect. If you don't have the effect, you could just use regular orange. But I like this effect. It really gives a nice... oh, I lost power. And we're back. So I'm going to go with the dry rust here. And with the dry rust, I like to put it like underneath hinges or like the thing that's holding the mirror here. Wherever metal meets metal is a good spot to put some of this rust. Under the door handle. And just make it come down like if it was raining. The rust in the water makes the rust go downwards. Maybe at the bottom. There's a lot of rust usually at the bottom of the car here under carriage. Got some rust between the cracks of the door. I'm gonna be nice today. I'm not gonna put too much. Maybe just a bit over here in the back. I tell myself I'm gonna limit myself sometimes to like 3 spots per side of car, but see, like if you count there, I'm already at like 6 or 7 spots. It's too much, man. Somebody stop me. Somebody tell me. I want to put some here under the turret as well. Rust also comes actually pretty bright when you paint it on, but it dries up really nice. Dries up good rust color. I'm gonna do the other side here. Put some under the handles, on the edges, and maybe on the hood here there's these metal things here. There's probably water that pools on them and drips down, so I'm gonna put some rust around these things here. Like a line downwards, and maybe like a random rust spot on the hood right there. That's it's not bad. It's not too much. Pretty satisfied. Do little dots of rust, you know, here and there on some of your items that you have on your car. This gas canister probably got shot once and started to rust there. Now, if you're curious about what kind of music I play while I'm painting, you can hear it in the background. That extra noise is probably my wife cooking, but the music is something I got off a street performer in Spain, and he was playing an instrument called the hanging drum. I think it was called the hanging drum. But it's really cool. So that's some of the music that I play while I'm actually painting. Now for the details here that got really damaged, you know, like the windows and the tires, got a bunch of paint on there by accident. I'm gonna just fix all that up with some black and with the detail brush, which I just got and I am really enjoying. So your next purchase, if you don't have these brushes, should be these detail brushes. $13 on Amazon, real cheap. So the last thing I'm going to do on this car is go into little areas that I painted by accident and clean it up a little bit. This tire in the back here got some what's it called, collateral paint, so I'm going to clean that up. That window in the back there looks pretty bad too. And this is just simple black. Just getting rid of all the little mistakes here. Let's see if this detail brush could do on this window. Look at that. That's a tiny window, and it was pretty easy for me to just clean up. Wouldn't be able to do that with other regular brushes. Well, maybe the pros would, but I wouldn't. And I mean, and I know a lot of pros watching my videos are like, what the hell is this guy doing? And like I said when I first started this channel, was you guys, if you follow me from the beginning, we'll grow together. And if there are pros out there watching me, I'd love some feedback in the comments. If you see me do mistakes or whatever, or if you have suggestions, let me know. But that's it. So I think I did this pretty okay team here. Now, if you're getting ready to play Gaslands, and you can't right now because of the pandemic, but you'd like to get ready, you could buy all of the stuff that you need to play on my Etsy page, and even some items to modify your cars, weapons, engines, templates, gates, dice. We just added purple dice now, so go check that out on my Etsy page in the video description, and go to our Facebook page because we have a contest every month where you could win this stuff. All you got to do is post a car of the Gaslands TV colors, so blue, purple, aqua. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.